Once upon a time, beneath the sparkling waves and nestled amongst colorful coral reefs, lived a perky little shark named Jessica. Unlike her bigger, fiercer brothers and sisters, Jessica wasn't interested in chasing fish. She was obsessed with something far more curious, a giant, round object fastened to the ocean floor. It had two pointy hands that spun around and around, and Jessica spent hours watching them with wide, curious eyes. Her favorite time was when the short, fat hand, the hour hand, pointed straight up. That meant it was noon, and the sunbeams shimmered down, turning the ocean floor into a dazzling display of light and shadow. One day, Jessica couldn't contain her curiosity any longer. She swam closer to the strange object, bumping her nose against its smooth surface. "Excuse me, Mr. Roundy," she squeaked. "What are you?" A voice boomed from within the object, making Jessica jump back in surprise. "Goodness, little one, you startled me. I'm not Mr. Roundy, I'm a clock." Jessica tilted her head. "A clock? What does a clock do?" The clock chuckled, a low rumble that tickled Jessica's fins. "I tell time, little shark. The hour hand tells you the parts of the day, like noon when the sun is high, and the tall, skinny hand tells you the exact o'clock." Jessica's eyes sparkled. "Can you tell me about other times?" The clock was happy to oblige. He told her about midnight, when the moon replaced the sun and the ocean floor became a playground for glowing jellyfish. He spoke of mornings when the world woke up to the chirping of shrimp, and the afternoons filled with playful seahorses chasing bubbles. Jessica was enthralled. Each new time the clock described painted a vivid picture in her mind. She longed to see them all. "But how do I know when it's those times?" she asked, a hint of sadness in her voice. The clock hummed thoughtfully. "Well, little shark," he said, "you can't exactly wear me on your fin. But—" He trailed off, a creaking sound coming from his gears. Suddenly, with a click and a whirl, a tiny replica of the clock popped out of his side. It was a miniature clock, perfect for Jessica's size. Jessica squealed with delight. She attached the little clock to her fin and swam around, showing it off to her friends. Now she could know exactly what time it was, and she wouldn't miss a single moment of the wonderful ocean day. From then on, Jessica became the official timekeeper of the reef. She'd announce the arrival of noon with a happy pirouette, alert everyone when it was time for the bioluminescent creatures to light up the night at midnight, and remind her playful friends not to miss the afternoon dolphin races. Jessica, the little shark with a big curiosity, became a beloved part of the reef, all thanks to the magic of the clock and a thirst for adventure. And so, the ocean floor continued to tick and talk, filled with the joy of a little shark who loved time and all its wonders.